Hello, third grade teachers. Are you looking for a social emotional learning curriculum that is easy with limited prep work? Well, please let me tell you about the Summit SEL curriculum for third grade. So on to the quick tutorial about what is included in the third grade curriculum. Every Summit SEL curriculum has 5 levels. This aligns with the CASEL 5 core competencies of social and emotional learning that students should learn every year. Every grade level curriculum has 3 things. The first is a behavior reward system for your classroom if you don't already have one. For third grade, I have the D.A.B dollars program. So D.A.B dollars are just kind of little dollar bills, and D.A.B stands for displaying awesome behaviors. And at the end of the week, the students can turn in their D.A.B dollars to you for prizes. It does, kind of go with that like D.A.B dance that kids like. So hopefully they'll find it really fun and motivational for them to improve their behaviors in your classroom. Another thing that's included in this curriculum is a pathways points chart. So if you can see here, this is so students can track their progress with learning these social and emotional skills that you are going to teach them in your classroom. In their pathways points chart, you can give them points for any of the activities within a level. The third thing that all of the curriculums have, that the third grade curriculum definitely has, is restorative circle cards. So these are prompt cards that have different questions that you can do restorative circles with your classroom. There's enough cards included in each curriculum for about 3 days a week of circles. For level 1, the theme is social skills and with a focus on cooperation, working with others, and manners. So all of the videos, you can see the video links here, go along with that theme, are going to teach students different skills related to working with others, why do we cooperate with others in school, and how to cooperate with others, as well as manners. Any videos that you see that are in yellow are from the Counseling Fanny Pack of Fun YouTube channel, so they can easily be clicked on and it'll be an activity. Some do require downloading a free worksheet from my TPT store, so just to be aware that you want to maybe preview a lot of the videos before showing them, especially the ones that are in yellow, so that way you know if you need to pre-download a worksheet or game board or the activity sheet that goes along with that video so that you're prepared for the lesson. Most videos are like 2 to 7 minutes in length, but the ones in yellow are actual SEL activities and may go up to about 30 minutes in length. Other activities included in level 1 are seen here. There is a social skills self-evaluation checklist. This can be helpful for students to kind of think about what are the social skills that I have and which ones might I need to work on. Another activity is the think sheet, just easy coloring activity, or it can be something that you just print out and put it up in your classroom. The next activity that is part of this level is the manners board game. So this can be an activity that you do during small group rotations where you will need to print out the game board and ideally laminate it. That way you have it for years to come. And it's a fun activity for students to play. They just go around the game board, and then when they land on the apples, they pick the card and read the prompt about a manner. And they kind of have to say if it's a good manner or a bad manner. The next activity in this level is the 3 cooperation games activity. So these are 3 different types of activities that you can do with your students that can help them practice social skills and cooperation skills, working with others to solve a problem, like building something. There's a scavenger hunt activity, and you can do all 3, or you can just do 1 or 2 of them, whichever ones you think might be fun for your class. Level 2's focus is developing good personal habits and school habits. One of the videos included is the self-care game, which is a new game to Counseling Fanny Pack of Fun, and it comes with a game card. So that one you will have to print out in order to play with your class, but it's about taking care of ourselves, our bodies, being healthy, and having a healthy lifestyle. The next activity that is part of level 2 are some worksheets that are related to healthy versus unhealthy habits, and they're just some coloring worksheets where students can color whether it's a healthy or unhealthy habit. Then there are some other worksheets related to, after you showed the videos on healthy and unhealthy habits, seeing what the students have learned. A game that is also included in this level is the executive functioning card game. So this is a game that can be played in a small group setting with just a regular deck of cards. As the students play the card game, their cards will associate with different prompts and questions related to executive functioning skills and learning how to manage our time, organize our backpack, use a binder reminder or agenda, and get ready for school. All those executive functioning skills that third graders are really starting to learn. Level 3's focus is again on social skills, but with a focus on sportsmanship and conflict resolution. I think these are really important skills for younger children to master by the end of third grade. You know, a lot of kids get into disagreements, arguments, and they're not always solving them in appropriate ways, which I'm sure you know. So these activities and videos will help focus on teaching them some skills for conflict resolution and also sportsmanship. Here are the activities included, including some worksheets and a social stories coloring book. There are 2 small group game activities. One is the conflict resolution role play game, which is a fun game that you can do with students in front of your classroom, and students come up and they role play a conflict and then try to resolve it. Costumes are fun for that activity. And the other game is a board game that is a printable board game, just like the other ones that you can do during your small group rotations, where you can have a student facilitate being the leader and the other students will play the game, or you can lead that activity for teaching kids conflict resolution skills. Level 4's focus is on teaching students about their emotions and kind of an introductory of coping skills and managing our emotions, especially those elevated emotions and big feelings. There's some prompt cards, as you can see here, related to emotions. There is a coping skills bingo game that is included in the videos list. There are some worksheets that are coloring and matching worksheets, as well as a small group activity for coping skills that's called Coping Skills Jenga. So you do have to have a Jenga or like imitation Jenga to play this game, and all you have to do is number the Jenga 1 through 30, and then as students pull their numbers, then there's like a question or prompt related to learning about or thinking about coping skills when they play Jenga. I do this game all the time with students in counseling groups, and I also bring my Jenga to my special ed classrooms that I'm supporting with, and kids love Jenga. That I've learned. If you don't have a Jenga, I also have included the Coping Skills Candyland game. No, you don't need a Candyland. I have a printable board game that can substitute for Candyland, but if you have a Candyland board game, you can also use that. So it's similar to the Jenga, similar questions and prompts, but it's just a different version of about the same game. And finally, level 5's focus is on emotional regulation. So students have learned about emotions, they've learned about coping skills. Now they're going to learn a little bit more about size of problem and emotional regulation. So some students, they have difficulty with, little things becoming big things, and this impacts their emotions, and then they're disruptive in class, or, they just can't do their work, different things like that. Also included in this level is a tool that you can use with students that are having difficulty with emotional regulation. And, if they're having trouble in the beginning of the school year and you haven't gotten to this level, go ahead and print it out. It's an anger thermometer, and it's a really great tool for students that are having trouble managing their emotions in school. This level also includes some worksheets, some coloring worksheets and drawing worksheets, and some other kinds of worksheets that help them think about, if they get angry, what are the things that trigger them, as well as how poor emotional regulation might be impacting their lives. There's a little worksheet for that. And then there's also anger management Jenga. So if you got that Jenga for the other game, you can use it for this game as well in your small group rotations for teaching this SEL skill of emotional regulation. It has a focus on anger specifically, but it still applies to general emotional regulation. And that's what's included in the third grade Summit SEL curriculum. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. The link to the individual curriculum, as well as the bundle or the membership, if you think that your school might benefit from having a whole program like this, is below in the description section. And my store is Counseling Fanny Pack of Fun on Teacher Pay Teacher. And if you have any other questions too, you're welcome to email me at counselingfannypack@gmail.com. I'm happy to answer any questions or make connections with teachers that are implementing this curriculum and teachers that are thinking about purchasing it but still have a few more questions. I'm happy to help. Okay, so thanks for watching and have a nice week.